Oklahoma police have dropped the charges against a deaf man for resisting arrest. Now, this is an amazing story. Now, a local news station, KOKH, reports that prosecutors have dropped the charges against an Oklahoma City resident named Pearl Pearson Jr. Now, this is the guy that's, of course, pictured on my screen. Now, they canceled this, they dropped these charges before his trial, just weeks before his trial was actually set to begin. Now, Pearson was originally pulled over by police in February of 2014. Now, he was charged with a misdemeanor, forget this, resisting arrest and not obeying an officer's instructions. Meaning the officer gave instructions, he didn't listen. He didn't listen because he was deaf. Oops. Pearson said that when he was being arrested, he tried to inform the cops who pulled him over that he could not hear them, that he was deaf. What happened? He ended up getting beaten after he was pulled forcibly from his vehicle. Now, of course, you can plainly see some of the injuries that he suffered, the swollen eye, which is very, very obvious. And again, this picture comes from his 2014 mugshot after his arrest. Now, here's the thing about this, right? The reason that they dropped this case is not because they admitted that they did something wrong. No, no, no. See, they didn't apologize and didn't actually admit wrongdoing, okay? So why? Why did they drop this case? They say that it's because it would be too expensive to hire a proper sign language interpreter for this man's trial. You've got to be kidding. Here's a quote from District Attorney David Prater. Quote, it is the district attorney's responsibility to be a good steward of taxpayer money. Though it is important to prosecute matters to promote public safety and assure the state of Oklahoma's laws are enforced, the financial burden placed on the state to prosecute a matter is a legitimate consideration, especially as in this case, the matter is a misdemeanor. This is the biggest load of crap excuse that I think I might have heard. You know why they dropped the case? Because they beat up a deaf person, the cops did. And after they realized, oh, this guy's deaf? Oh no. Oh, we done messed up.
Oops.
Oh, the guy can't hear. The guy can't hear. He can't listen to commands. And then he told them, I can't hear you guys. And they kicked his ass anyway. They beat him up and then they charged him with resisting arrest. This whole case is insanity. And you know what's also crazy? The fact that it took so long. This happened in 2014. They now just dropped the case. This was posted yesterday. 2014, man. You know what they could have done within the preceding few years? They could have gone and got his medical record and noticed that, oh God, he's actually deaf. Oh no. Oh no, we made a terrible mistake. No kidding. Because you can't defend this. No matter how conservative or how pro-police you are, which by the way, look, a lot of us are very pro-police. We're just against police brutality. We're against cases like this. When a policeman acts justified, that's a different thing. But when you beat up a deaf man for not listening to your orders, that's bad. That's not a good thing. You can't defend that. And what they did is they dropped this, not because they were so concerned about taxpayer money. No, if this guy weren't deaf, they would have been like, yeah, we beat him up because he was resisting arrest. We had to do something. I mean, we had to stop him. He might have been a thug. No, what it would have been, it would have looked really, really stupid trying to take this to court. First of all, having to get a sign language interpreter to ask this guy why he did not follow the police's verbal commands. Imagine that for a second. Imagine that for a second. Come on, man. Come on. Over. As soon as they try that, it's done. It's done. The prosecutors look like idiots. The police look like assholes. And again, it's amazing that this took 2 years. Now, if I were this guy or his lawyer, I'd be gearing up for a civil suit. I mean, look, you've got obvious police brutality, false arrest, maybe even violation of civil rights. If this guy did that, it would be really hard not to win this case. This could be open and shut if that happens. And it's easy to vilify the cops for their actions. I understand. But here's what you have to do. You have to look at the training. What they're doing is that they're trained to see everyone as a threat, especially black men. And that's obvious. They're trained that if you don't listen to their commands, you're a threat and you need to be forcibly subdued, like this man was. You must obey my commands, or else I'm going to forcibly control the situation. Again, I understand that you have to, in some circumstances, control the situation. But you also have to use human judgment. And you also have to listen. If they say, I cannot hear your commands because I am deaf, you should probably listen. Because it seems like, I don't know, the cops might have been deaf. But I'm not serious about that. No, what we're doing, though, wrong is training cops as if they're occupying a foreign country, where everyone is where everyone's hostile. And yes, there are some hostile people. And doing this and treating people like this, the people you're supposed to protect and serve, also make more people hostile towards the police. So really what we have to do is we have to rethink our police training. And Dallas, for example, is a great example on police training. They actually do it right. You know why? Because they focused on de-escalation so they can avoid situations just like this. And that is the direction that we really need to go. Now, again, on this guy, he got a little bit of justice. He got the charges dropped, at least. However, this guy needs to go after the city and show them that they were absolutely wrong. Because maybe if the city pays, they might change their tune and they might change the direction they're going so that we see less of stuff like this. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more like this, please hit the subscribe button below. And if you want to support truly independent, non-corporate media, go to our Patreon page and become a patron, patreon.com/TYTNation.